The managing director of the International Monetary Fund, Ms. Christine Lagarde, has called for more women participation in the economy and the polity. Ms. Lagarde, who was speaking to two groups of women professionals in Lagos, southwest Nigeria, believes the inclusion of women on boards of companies and even in governance brings diversity of ideas.
Companies of which the board includes women do better. They do better. I mean, it's empirically demonstrated, and I don't know whether the head of the SEC of Nigeria will say so. You say yes. They do better simply because there is a better diversity of view. There is more willingness to compare, to confront, to discuss, maybe in a better organized and more respectful manner sometimes, simply because there are differences around the table. I'm not suggesting that women are better than men or vice versa.
For Nigeria to succeed and for us women to succeed, we're going to need assistance in many things. You heard the president of WIMBIS talk about capacity building. We're going to need you to actually get us into those institutions, because you have those institutions already well established.
One women's group that Madam Christine Lagarde needed to meet was WIMBIS. That was fantastic recognition, fantastic endorsement for our organization. We're 10 years old. It hasn't been 10 years. It's been 10 years of a difficult, focused, passionate journey. But we are very happy, we're delighted to be where we are now.
The Bankers Committee, under the auspices of the Central Bank of Nigeria, has promised to continue its collaboration with the federal government's economic team to execute President Goodluck Jonathan's reform agenda. Speaking to journalists at the end of the committee's third retreat in Lagos, the governor of the Central Bank, Lamido Sanusi, reiterated the need for monetary and fiscal consolidation to achieve financial system stability. The CBN chief also announced plans to make job creation a top priority while supporting the removal of fuel subsidy and the creation of the Sovereign Wealth Fund.
The end of the year is usually characterized by stock-taking and an opportunity to chart a new course for the coming year. This is the essence of the third retreat of the Bankers Committee, organized by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Here are representatives of the commercial banks, the Ministry of Finance, the Central Bank and other financial institutions in the country.
The objective of the retreat is to ensure that the Nigerian banking system plays a role in catalyzing the growth of the real economy, essentially. And the way we work is that between our regulator, the Central Bank, and the operators, under the aegis of the Bankers Committee, we come together to brainstorm on issues and to come up with strategies, and set targets with respect to improving the economic performance of Nigeria.
Some of the resolutions reached at the meeting include financial inclusion, aimed at bringing unbanked farmers to the banking system. Of importance also is the need for coherence for both fiscal and monetary policies, the removal of fuel subsidies, and the building of the Sovereign Wealth Fund.
The Bankers Committee will continue deliberate advocacy and partnering with the economic team to implement the economic reform agenda to grow the economy and create jobs.
As we move closer to the new year, one task that must be properly handled is safeguarding the economy from external shocks.
The EU challenges, and we hope they are resolved. If they are not resolved, would have an impact in the Nigerian economy and, of course, the Nigerian banking sector, as opposed to being caught napping, which was what happened in 2008. This time, scenario planning by the regulator, scenario planning by operators, the constant future of how we look at the economy, and stress testing.
A lot of issues may have been raised at this retreat, but what is paramount is the proper execution of drawn-out plans and the realization of its objectives. Balaji Akinwale, Channels Television News.
To other issues, a budget of 160.6 billion naira has been proposed for the year 2012 by the Oyo State Governor, Abiola Ajimobi, before the State House of Assembly. The budget of restoration, as it's called, targets economic revival and stability of the state and represents an increase of 8.4% from the 2011 appropriation bill. Recurrent expenditure gulps 72.7 billion naira, or 45.3% of the budget, while capital expenditure gets a massive boost of 87.9 billion naira, representing 54.7%. This shows a huge difference from the 2011 budget, where recurrent expenditure got 76.4%, while capital expenditure got 23.6%. To the currency market, where the naira weakened against the US dollar on